Hello everyone and welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. And in this episode, we will finally be starting off this temple. I was gonna say, if I would literally just boosted my way in there, that would be really weird. But, welcome to the second temple, Snowhead Temple. And this area, some people do find confusing at first and stuff, but hopefully my guide on that will make you understand this area a little bit more, because there's like this big mechanic of having to hit this pillar or so in order to lower some floors, but you'll see what I mean later on. This is kind of big. It's gonna take even more, it's gonna take more than average strength to move this thing. Oh, I wonder what we've got to do here exactly, huh? Well, what I can do also is just move it out the way as a Goron and stuff. It's not really that complicated, this bit, I suppose. I mean, this bit isn't really the hardest part, guys. It's just later on where it gets a bit more somewhat difficult, you know? Also, by the way, these white Wolfos, basically when we hit them with a Goron punch, it basically is the same thing as, you know, a jump sword attack. If you just hit them with a normal, regular sword attack before, they'll only get hit once and they won't die in one hit. So, you know, that's one thing I'd recommend also. And also, much like with Woodfall Temple and pretty much every temple in this game, you want to make sure that you have the Great Fairies Mask to make this a hell of a lot more easier for yourself. As you notice down at the bottom there is indeed a stray fairy. So I would kindly like to get that down there. Can I literally reach it like this though? Hopefully I can. Can I get it like this maybe? Because trying to align this also with the unlock stick is really, really annoying. Okay, it seems like I can't really get it from this side or so. Cool, so this basically means that I may have to jump down for this, because this will also show off something else that Gorons can do, and I should have rolled forward then. That was a little bit strange there, because sometimes when you fall from a high height, when you roll forward, that basically stops you, you know, from taking damage. But this is lava, okay? If we touch this as a Deku, we will die. If we touch this as a human, we will get burnt. But Gorons are immune, so we can literally just roll by it like this or so. And I believe this is the way that you get the stray fairy, because I don't know what happened really. I mean, it looks like I can get it from the other side, but not. It's honestly very, very finicky and a bit picky really. But if I just put on my Great Fairies Mask and that, just to make this a lot easier to get to it really. I don't really know how you're actually supposed to get that without the Great Fairies Mask. Maybe perhaps do a well-timed jump in order to jump into it or so. Because honestly, that is why I would recommend, you know, getting this Great Fairies Mask or so. Because even though it makes, like, you can find the fairies or so without the without, like, you know, the Great Fairies Mask, sometimes you might actually need it just to get some of them, because some of them might be just a pain in the ass, you know, in order to just jump towards them and stuff. But still, I believe though that's the only one in this room. In fact, I'm just gonna check just to be double certain. No, there's literally one more or so, and I actually remember what this one was. It's that we can't really do anything about it at the minute. But let's go see what Tattle has to say. What? That was weird, she disappeared for a second. At slippery places like this, you can curl up as a Goron and roll your way across. Why don't you try it? Yes, this bit also. This is a fun little neat mechanic also going on, because, much like, you know, most Zelda games now, when you get a certain item, that pretty much means you're going to be using that throughout the whole dungeon. It's kind of the same here, but more related to the actual masks going on. So in this case, with me being a Goron, this means that, well, I'm able to do that also. I'm going to have to roll around an awful lot in this place in order to do most things. There's another stray fairy down here, so I'm just going to happily go and get that. It's nice that I'm able to literally equip masks, though, whilst I am taking out my arrows, because I've noticed that from time to time while playing Majora's Mask is sometimes, depending on what you are, you're not actually able to take things off. So, for instance, like when I have the Eye of Truth on, I can't take it off while I'm in first person like this. It's kind of strange, really. I don't know why it does that, but still. Okay, and just to make things a little bit easier for myself, I kind of want to go up this bit first to begin with, because this would lead me straight directly to... Okay, it's either the... Oh, a stray fairy for a start, because I already have my Lemon Great Fairies Mask on, fair enough. It will take me to this chest here, which will guide me to... it's either the compass or the map. It's one of the two, anyway. I'll be getting both of them. I mean, I am playing this game to 100%. Yeah, we get given the map with a really funny face or so by the Great Fairy, bloody hell. You know what it does, it's the same map as before, really. However, the hair is still flashing, meaning that there is probably another thing going on. And this enemy right here is a real Bombchu. What? That's literally what it's called? That's impressive. It runs at you with its back of explosives. So protect yourself, or else. Indeed I shall, because I have a shield. And then I can just bash it also like this, just to make things a little bit easier for me. However, just because the Great fairy's hair is flashing does not really mean that, you know, you're able to get the item straight away. It means it's in the same room, just to let you know, but it doesn't mean that you can't quite get it yet, because the actual next stray fairy is literally high above, you know, right up there. However, we can't really do anything about that at the minute. I just thought I'd let you guys know that. So if you're in like the room and you're like, yeah, but the hair's flashing out, I can't find it anywhere, it probably means that it's a little bit higher, or maybe hidden somewhere, or you could just try it out later, you know. But as long as the hair is not flashing, or at least glowing, you know, that's what matters. Because look, it's not glowing now, and so that means I've found all the stray fairies in this room, and I don't have to worry about this sort of thing ever again. It is flashing out here though. Yep, that's pretty much what we're going to have to scale up, and it's honestly not too bad also, I guess. And just to make things a little bit more convenient, again, there's like the word with convenience going on. I don't know what it is with me. I tend to repeat words a lot of my time. I am literally going to, if I can, I remember this word before. I'm going to melt the ice. That thing is really picky. I don't know why it does that. It's a lot easier when you actually get the main item in this dungeon and stuff, but you see, what that basically does is it just takes me back immediately here to save me backtracking all the way, you know, just for convenience. Ha! Again. Okay, right. So with all that out of the way, I believe what we can do now is not much, to be honest. I suppose, though, we can go downstairs at least. Yeah, I mean, I might as well go downstairs, except I can literally just fall off the edge if I want, because it leads me to the same place. But I want to go downstairs mainly to do one thing, okay? Also, glitchy wall layer. That was honestly a very weird camera angle. I've never had that. As I believe there are also stray fairies down here as well, but I'm hoping that there's literally only one. However, again, this will just let you know also, you know, for what I was basically talking about earlier, but the fact that even though the hair is glowing doesn't necessarily mean it's down on this particular floor, because you're about to see it here also, okay? So this is literally the only stray fairy that's available or so on this sort of level, okay? So when I grab it, oh god, oh dear, you'll see that this is our fourth one and stuff, and there's no other stray fairies where we are at the minute. The other ones are much higher up. However, when I put this on, the hair is still glowing. So that basically just shows, you know, as long as you don't literally use a door or so to go to the next area, that is when, you know, the hair will glow, and sometimes it won't really. But I'll explain more about it later or so. I apologize if I'm being somewhat condescending with this Great Fairies mask, but I'm just trying to explain this, you know, just because I know a lot of people who have problems with the stray fairies in this game, because they're always like, they're so annoying to find and stuff. But honestly, when you get the hangs of like the basics with the Great Fairies mask and how it acts and paying attention to some of like the details going on, that is when you will hopefully find that it's not really that bothersome in the first place. Anyways, now what I want to do is go into this room, and hopefully there are no enemies to defeat along the way here. No, there isn't. That's a bit more nice for me also, because I would like to happily, again with the happily, I don't know what it is with me saying this from time to time, I would like to just drag this out and then push it into that thing over there, which I believe was one more, wasn't it? Yeah, I believe it's about here or so. So of course when I turn around and then push it, it should just go directly straight into the slot that it's supposed to, because then it will act as a little platform or so that's going to be needed for much later. And I'm hoping that I'll have this done by probably the end of dawn of the first day, but I don't know, it depends really. Even if it's night of the first day, that's good enough for me. And I have like 200 rupees at my disposal as well, just to make things a bit more convenient for me, as it will spawn that chest up there. Now ideally if I had the hook shot, I could literally just go straight up there like that, just to make this a lot easier. And there's actually a fun little glitch that you can do, by the way. It involves using the Goron jump and a bomb chew. In fact, no, I think it's just a bomb in the air and then using the Goron jump as like the Goron, because it will literally cause you to get hit through the bomb and then cause you to go over a fence, allowing you to get access to one of the areas in the game known as the Great Bay. So sometimes you don't even have to clear Snowhead for this, but you actually need to if you want to get to the final boss in the game, you know. It's just a fun little glitch or so. If you want to know more about that though, just look it up also, because I don't know too much about it. I don't know if I'm going to be showing off like some sort of glitches as like a bonus video. I know for sure that I'm going to be showing off the bonus video of the very last mask that we do get in the game once we've collected every single other mask So I will be doing that, but I don't know about glitches and stuff. I mean, it just depends, really. Okay, right, so this is the one that I just came from, isn't it? Yes, so we can't really do much about this at the minute. Right. So now, what I would like to do is use that key to gain access to another area or so. Obviously. It's not really that much of a surprise, is it? Because, of course, for convenience and that, I can basically just use this in order to get by. Somebody, by the way, should put up a counter or something, or at least just a compilation of how many times I've said convenience in this. If it's not in things, it's now convenience. There's always some form of word that I say I am just going to repeat from time to time. It's very weird. I don't know how I work sometimes myself, but whatever. Anyways, I would kindly like to take out this white Wolfos right here. I was gonna say, sometimes these things are completely randomized when they're trying to attack you and stuff. It can be a bit off-putting and annoying, really, because sometimes they'll just circle around you and you're just like, attack me already, because, you know, otherwise you can't hit them at the back. You can hit them while they're trying to attack you, I suppose, but again, they might shield themselves. And if you do a jump attack at the back, it's you know, basically just one hit kill. That's the one that I'd recommend the most. And there you go, there's the map and the compass. So that's basically everything that I need now to make this convenient. God damn it, I need to find like another word for this kind of thing, don't I? Alright, anyway. I don't really have to take out these white Wolfos, but I mainly just like to, just so that they don't bother me and stuff when I'm trying to do things, because they are really annoying in this room. However, one strange thing is this block right here, which I'm going to unfreeze later. When I'm pushing that all around, the wolves are trying to hit me, but they're really, really bad at it, and it's kind of funny in a way. And this stray fairy here is a bit of a pain if you don't have your bombs with you, okay? Because, what you may need... Oh, I know, I don't want to see what the bomb does, I know what it does, really. Is you want to get your bomb out and watch the flashing, okay? As soon as it flashes like this, throw it in the air, and then blow it up, because then it will blow up that thing up there, allowing you to get that stray fairy. That stray fairy is hidden on one of those things. It's a little bit annoying to get, I will admit. I don't really know any other way to get that, to be honest. I mean, because it doesn't have the same thing as in, like, Wind Waker, when you could, what was it? I believe in Wind Waker you could put, like, bombs on arrows and then use those as, like, explosives when shooting them at things. Or at least it might have been on your cannon? Yes, I can't remember, honestly. It's been a while since I played the Wind Waker. And, the Wind Waker is very good and stuff, but I actually first played the Wind Waker HD version because I didn't really grow up with a GameCube or anything, meaning I never played the original Wind Waker, sadly. But I grew up with the HD... I mean, I remember playing the HD remake when it came out back in, like, 2013. It was fun, but I came away from it. I do have that with games from time to time, by the way, even like with The Legend of Zelda. Like, I will play them and I will really enjoy them, but depending on what type of situation I am in life, I would sometimes just magically, I would just come away from those games, you know? And I will get back to them at some point, but I don't know, it's just sometimes I have that. It's the same with, what other game is an example or so? Oddworld, Abe's Exodus, and Abe's Odyssey, really. I mean, I remember playing that game and I thought, oh my god, this game's so good, I'm never going to come away from it, and I haven't touched a game in like around, I don't know, 6 months or so. I really need to get back to that as well. But still, I know, it's just a fun little topic I thought I'd share with you while I'm doing a boring task or so. Okay, right, so if I just break this open, and hello dog, I would like to open this chest as it will bring me to a key or so. Just so then I'm able to unlock another door. And one thing I suppose I might as well show off is you're going to be needing the Lens of Truth a lot in this part. Because if I put on like the Lens of Truth, what will happen is I will turn into a Goron. I honestly don't know what the heck happened there. I don't think I was concentrating on what I was doing. It will reveal this secret path right here. I thought I'd just show that off because I wasn't going to be jumping across there and you'd be like, wait, what? How on earth did you know that that was a thing in the first place? You know, bullcrap. If you will, but still. Anyways, let me just open this and then I'll get a stray fairy this way. This is now my 6th one and there are like 15 in total, I believe. Sorry about that. I had a bit of an interruption right there and stuff, but still. Also, I apologize, by the way, if this LP is very kind of just boring in places, really, because most of the time I tend to steer off onto other subjects and things, but particularly for Majora's Mask, my goal is to just make things clear for you and just hopefully make you understand the game a lot better, so it's more of like a walkthrough in this case, because I mean, it just depends on the type of game that I'm doing, you know? I mean, for instance, if it's just going to be like a Sonic the Hedgehog game, then all I'm literally doing is just running fast, going by, and I can just say anything that's at like the top of my head. But if I did that a lot throughout this game, most of the time you're going to be thinking like, okay, cool, but why did you do that? Explain it, you know? So So that's just mainly the type of thing that this LP is going to be, really. It's mainly a walkthrough going on, because just to make things make more sense that way, you know? And, oh my god, wait, do I actually have any? No, I don't. Damn it. Okay, so one thing I've noticed that I like to do, really, is I've noticed that, as you saw in the Woodfall Temple, when I fought that Lizalfos or so, I called it the stick is mightier than the sword. So now I always tend to make sure that I have Deku sticks with me, just to ensure, you know, that, what's it? When I'm fighting enemies, just to see if the stick is the most powerfulest item that it can do, you know, in order to defeat them in one hit or so. Sometimes I like to do that, but I know, it just depends really, because I honestly rarely find myself getting Deku sticks and, Deku nuts in this type of area, so mainly your best bet to find most of them is in the southern swamp area, because I had to look like around Termina Field and I've never really found one, to be honest. It's kind of weird. But anyway, I'm gonna just see what Tattle has to say about this. What? You think you can push down something this big just by standing on top of it? You're going to have to find some way to pound it down. Alright, cool, but right before that, I'm gonna find a really jerkishly placed, Stray Fairy. Okay, you will need your Eye of Truth and your Stray Fairy for this, by the way, because, this one caught me off guard, by the way. However, I knew it was around this room somewhere, because, again, the hair glowing, you know? So, let me just take out, the Eye of Truth and stuff, and you'll notice this, okay? When I put away the Eye of Truth, it is literally hiding in the ceiling right here, just to be a bit of a jerk. I mean, I remember before when I was playing this game again sometime, was it like last year or so? I think it was around like Christmas time, because for some reason I just decided to come back to Majora's Mask. I remember that one always threw me off, and I was always like, oh my god, wait, where is that Stray Fairy, you know? And that was literally just after it or so where I discovered the fact that, oh yeah, wait, the hair, like it's glowing only in this room, because every other, you know, that was basically the last Stray Fairy that I had to found in my time playing it. And all the other ones I found and stuff. So of course every other room I went to, the hair wasn't glowing. And I was like, wait, hold on, I've just noticed something. Oh my god, that makes it a hell of a lot more easier, because I too thought that, yeah, the Stray Fairies are a bit of a pain in order to find and stuff, you know? But I mean, like I say, once you know about that, they're honestly not really that bad at what? Hold on, wait, I can do that? Oh my god, wow, I can literally come out of it while letting go. That's really cool, man. But anyway, what I want to do is just hit this in order to raise this up, because now a little puzzle is going to appear where I believe... Okay, what we want to do is lower this one down, because then it will solve this riddle, shall I say, of this going down. And we want to be quick on this, because there's a time limit going on, in case you couldn't hear the ticking going on in the background. It's honestly not that bad, though. I mean, the ticker is still going on, and I've still made it, like, out of the room with even a couple of seconds left to spare, you know? And this is the bit, I suppose, which is somewhat annoying to people, and here's my thing, okay? When you're moving forward continuously as the Goron, you'll notice how I just continuously move like this. What I would recommend, just to save you a bit of grief when you're trying to do these areas, alright, is just crouch, or at least press A to curl to begin with, and then move forward. Because you will just build up momentum like this, and then you'll get plenty of time to burst into spikes, you know, just to make things a bit more convenient for yourself. And it saves you, like, falling off. And make sure, obviously, that you're traveling in a straight line. Because, of course, when I'm just moving forward, normally, you notice how, like, I'm just moving forward so fast, and I don't really have much control for where I'm going. That's, just one thing I'd recommend, anyway. Right, okay, what is in this room? I believe it's a whiz robe, isn't it? No, it isn't, actually. Cool, this actually leads me to one of the Stray Fairies, which is the one I was talking about earlier. Because that switch right there is not the thing that's needed to get the Stray Fairy, by the way. All that literally does is it activates that little platform, allowing us to get up here a lot faster. Basically as a shortcut, if you will. But I put this on and go first person for some reason. It's shimmering. Alright, so what I need to do is put on the Mask of Truth. And then it will reveal these platforms right here. You basically want to just scale up these platforms or so, as it will lead you to, like, this secret area going on. This doesn't actually lead you to, you know, a mandatory item that you need to get in this area, because all it's literally for is a, oh my god, wow, that was close, a Stray Fairy, if you will, because there'll be this chest right here, and I open it, and Stray Fairy, just like that, you know. This is my 8th one. Wow, I'm actually quite far already, bloody hell. As you see, that's pretty much all of them or so. And that's the main thing that you mainly want to do when trying to go through Snowhead and stuff. You're going to be rolling about a lot, and just be aware of where all the Stray Fairies are, you know, with, like, your Great Fairies Mask. And just keep control, really, of your Goron when you're trying to, like, roll about the place. Because if you don't know about that method that I told you, and you're just continuously moving forward, hoping for the best, then you're going to have a bit of a hard time trying to get through this, I will be honest, okay? Right. However, one stray fairy in this is a little bit annoying to get, really, and I honestly find this one slightly more annoying than the one that I talked about, which was hiding, which you needed the Mask of Truth? No, sorry, the Lens of Truth for. But, you know, it just depends, really. But for now, we're fighting this enemy here, which is known as a Wizrobe. These things are very annoying, by the way. And, of course, what you mainly want to do is find where it is, go towards it, and you want to make sure that you roll towards it, or at least just walk towards it as Link, yeah? As soon as it starts spinning. Because if you go to it a bit early, it will just, what will it do again? It will just... How do I describe it? I don't know, I'm lost for words now, man. It will basically... I don't know. God damn it, okay. But this one here, you want to mainly just wait for it to reveal itself, just so then you can tell which one is which, you know? Kind of similar to that moment of Space Channel 5, if you will. Okay, so it's this one right here, so I'm going to roll and then freeze myself. That actually didn't go too good. Okay, so I now want to try and roll over to this one over here and punch right before he hits me. Because like I was saying, you know, the Goron punch, that acts as like a jump attack on the sword. I mean, you can use that to your best advantage. It just saves time, really, because it takes like around, what, a millisecond longer, I believe, with like normal sword attack, but still. And now, we're about to get a brand new item for this, and this one is very, very useful, this area, as well as just certain enemies for later on in the game. This is the fire arrows. Set it to C to power up your arrows. Things will heat up when they hit. So yeah, if you're familiar with like Ocarina of Time and stuff, I believe you got these at a certain point. They make a return here, really, where they're able to melt things and make things convenient. Oh boy, cool. And honestly, at a time like this, because it's gone on for around like 22 minutes or so, I reckon we're going to call this episode off right here. So in the next episode of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, we're going to be going further through Snowhead Temple. Take care, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next one.